Let's take a look at this unique view of Seattle all the way from the International Space Station. The ISS was 260 miles above the Emerald City about 12:30 this morning, and you can see even Mount Rainier peeking out there. Clouds starting to move back in, though, so let's get to Adam Claiborne for more on our forecast, Adam.
Yeah, and those clouds are going to help to keep things a bit warmer throughout the night, which will lead to less of the frost as you head out early tomorrow morning, plus slightly warmer temperatures too. And we don't expect to see as much of that fog to start off tomorrow morning, which will mean that fewer of those spots that could be a little slick because of the temperatures being as cold as they are going along with the fog. But earlier into the week, we saw some lowland snow. It was wet, it was heavy, and you can still see some of that showing up on Mount Pilchuck right now as we look at our Granite Falls School Net site. Of course, with temperatures staying cold again into the night, a lot of that still going to be there for tomorrow morning, but we do see a slight warming trend here towards the end of the work week. As far as highs today, we were well off those averages. Mid-40s in Seattle, 47 in Renton, 45 in Bremerton, low to mid-50s, typically where we should be for about this time of the year. Probably won't get there anytime soon because we'll have another dip of some really cold air coming in from the north. Now, this particular wave is heading east, and that's going to head out of here. We're still going to feel those temperatures cooler than normal, but the next one, that's going to come in from the north, and that's going to hit us as we head into the first half of next work week. You'll see what I mean here in a second in your 7-day forecast. Currently, though, we are seeing some of those clouds beginning to roll on in. We're at 43, and our winds are currently calm. We're at 41 in Puyallup, mid-40s around Arlington, 43 in Bellingham as that air mass. It is going to stay chilly, so once we see the sun set, expect those numbers to quickly drop down into the 30s. There are rain chances, too, which we're going to keep generally out here closer to the coast, and I think a lot of that stays out that way because this front just is not going to make a whole lot of headway eastward at all. So we'll stay hugged right here along the coast from about areas Tahola northward, Quileute Forks up and around Nia Bay. Expect to see those light off and on sprinkles here as we go into the night. By tomorrow afternoon, however, we're going to start to see that move farther to the east, and that is going to start to bring in more rain chances across the rest of the Olympic Peninsula. Plus, we'll start to see some of them too closer to Puget Sound. For tonight, generally just more of those cloudy skies beginning to develop. Tomorrow morning, we're starting to see some of those showers getting closer to the coast, especially the south coast at this point. We'll go into tomorrow afternoon, eventually seeing that move eastward. Rain, yeah, it's starting to fill in, but rain shadowing right here, northeastern Olympic Peninsula, meaning Discovery Bay. Even more Sequim, Camano, Whidbey Island. We're seeing a little rain from this. That includes Seattle and Everett. That's going to sweep out of here quickly, more so tomorrow night into early Friday morning, and then we're pretty much done with it as skies begin to clear out into the afternoon. Now, around that, we're talking about some mountain snow, which is not going to be nearly as high as what we had earlier into the week, but respectable up around Mount Baker, up to about a half a foot there, and we'll see amounts closer to 5, maybe 6 inches around Stevens Pass, lesser amounts around Snoqualmie and Crystal Mountain this go around with 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of snow ahead for us. Temperatures tonight, we're back near that freezing point, but not as many of the 20s. We'll drop down right to 32, 45 on the way for a high on Friday. We'll top off at 46 on Saturday. Then there are those colder temperatures I talked about. Tuesday and Wednesday, highs falling in the low 40s, upper 30s, and maybe some snow again in the lowlands.